8歳初めてやワンネ宮原新章やいびワンネ生まれに育ちんやまやいびしが生内な口ひるみることそういび生この内な口ひるみる人民のファイの顧問そういびあまた売りからこの内な那覇市文化協会のこの内な口部会の部会長運送便また内な県うてこの内な口ひるみる会の委員総意便3月の終わり方まではねこの琉球大学うてこの学士のチャーン会内な口奈良チャイまたこのそういうまたこのワンのこの専門やこの内な口のとかこの家山の言葉の研究そうてちゃびだん。
Could you repeat this in English for everyone who does not speak Okinawan?
How do you do? My name is Shinsho Miyara. I was born in Yayama, southern part of the Ryukyuan, but I have been involved in revitalizing Okinawan languages. And right now I was president of the Okinawan language section of the Naha City Cultural Organization, and also so I have been I'm a advisor of the Society of Ryukyuan Okinawan Language Revitalization. I was just retired from the University of the Ryukyuan, there where I had been teaching Okinawan language to the student, and I had been studying Okinawan language, and yeah, that's all.
Thank you. So you said you were born in Yaeyama, but now you teach Okinawan. Could you tell us in what kind of linguistic environment you grew up in Yaeyama as a child?
I was born in Yaeyama, but my parents didn't speak Yaeyaman language to us. Of course, they speak Yaeyaman each other, but they don't want to teach Yaeyaman language to us children. So I was not fluent in Yaeyaman.
So you heard Yaeyaman when you were a child,
yes.
But you did not speak it?
Yes, that's right.
How well did your parents speak Yaeyaman?
I think they are not so fluent, I think, because their speech, I think just a casual everyday conversation in days, they speak Yaeyaman, but when they want to express their own idea, words, and in formal occasion, maybe it's hard to speak Yayamans. But their speech sometimes Japanese and sometimes Yayaman. Not all the time Yayaman.
So probably also Yayaman wasn't adopted then to the time where your parents lived. That was probably part of the problem as well. When did your interest, in Ryukyuan languages start?
Actually, I was interested in Ryukyuan languages when I was a college student, but I could not speak Yayaman and Okinawans, and I went to the graduate school in the USA, but there my PhD dissertation is about Japanese. After graduating there, I came back to Okinawa and I was teaching linguistics at the University of the Ryukyuan. I was eager to study Ryukyuan language, but I didn't know the way to do because I could not speak Okinawan and Yayaman and the other Ryukyuan languages.
But then you studied, so how did you do it?
I met some people who were fluent in Okinawan, and some people are fluent in Yayamans. That's the start of my research.
You've done research in particular on Yayaman and on Okinawan. Which do you speak better today? Which of these languages?
I think Okinawans, because I was surrounded by people who are fluent in Okinawans right now.
And at what point you also became engaged in language maintenance? So you started first with a desire to do research, then you did research, and when you had done some research, you became interested in language maintenance, revitalization. What happened there?
In 2000, my second book of Okinawan language was published. Then I think I can do something for revitalizing this language.
Could you please tell us what was the first book and what was the second book?
My first book is about Yayaman language. The second book is about Okinawan.
And Ryukyuan languages do not have standards, right? It's a continuous dialect continuum. There's no standard Yayaman, there's no standard Okinawan. What kind of language did you study?
About the Yayaman is Shika Yayaman. That Shika is the center of the Ishigaki Island. So my Yayaman is about Shika Yayaman. The Okinawan is mostly Naha Okinawan or Shuri Okinawan.
So in 2000, after publishing your second book, you felt confident enough to engage in activism. Can you tell us something about the society you helped to establish, the Society of Okinawan Language Revitalization?
The first thing we did is the orthography. We have to establish. We didn't have the way to how the way to write the Okinawan languages, so we had to establish the orthography. Then we started to make up textbooks. Then and the newspapers. Our newspaper is the first one written in Okinawan, and we had training course of Okinawan languages. They are fluent in Okinawan, but they don't know how to teach Okinawan to children and some people who are interested in Okinawan. So we started to have courses, to training course of Okinawan.
So you personally and also your society have achieved a lot over the years. Still, it is insufficient to revitalize these languages at the present. What needs to be done to bring back the language to younger generation?
Yeah, and in school we wanted to teach Okinawan in school, but there are many things to do to revitalize Ryukyuan languages, but the first thing is we have to do is to establish the orthography by that. Not the orthography is established by the Okinawan government, Okinawa Ken, prefecture government. Some kind of authorized one, I think we need. Then we Okinawan should classes or language classes that which should be taught in school.
You said you've been training teachers of Okinawan. What do they do? Do they work? Do they teach Okinawan?
They actually teaching Okinawan in elementary schools. Not a regular course, but club activity. We send instructor to elementary schools to help speak and understand Okinawan to help children for children. Yeah.
So at the present, basically lots of things still need to be developed and implemented. I guess school curricula, you need to open school curricula to regular Okinawan courses and so on and so forth. What can linguists and language educators do to support language maintenance activities?
What kind of things? I think we linguists should actually many people think this way. Okinawan and Ryukyuan languages are considered to be dialects of Japanese. That means that Ryukyuans are part of the Japanese languages.